Hello value investors, thank you for joining me. My name is Michael from Deep Value Returns on Seeking Alpha. Every Friday I talked about my investment strategy on how to buy stocks. This is a video that I like sharing with the audience, and hopefully not only does it give you an opportunity to pick up something, but it also gives me a chance to kind of cement my ideas a bit more. Now, company results come out and the stock plummets. It's bad results, things go out the window. What to do? So this is something that will happen to every single investor at some point during the earnings season. This is something that happens all the time. So I'm going to lay out what my thought process is, and hopefully, even if you don't necessarily agree with my way of thinking about things, you will at least be able to question your way of doing things. And in any case, hopefully there'll be some valuable information in this video. So what I would like to do is actually reverse this out, and we're going to talk about 4 stages. We're going to talk about the preparation, then we're going to talk about types of businesses that you should be buying, how to think like a business owner, and finally going to talk about the actual earnings miss itself. Okay, so in investing, everything to do with investing, in my opinion, comes in before you make that original investment, because after you've made the original investment, you're entrenched. There's no one that's going to be able to shake that out. So do the preparation, get to understand the company that you're going to be investing into, okay? So some helpful advice is just follow the company, follow the peers, do a bit of reading around the 10K and 10Q. Those are the foundation of what's going to start you thinking about your investment. Don't pay attention only to the narrative. The narrative is always so jolly, so compelling. That's the point of the investment relations company, the point of the investor relations, I meant to say, and the point of the CEO is to sell you the stock. They will do whatever they can to sell you the stock. Your job is to cut out the noise, focus down, pay attention to what actually matters. Look at how the company has performed over the last 3 years. Look at the fundamentals, look at the revenue, look at the margins. If they're all over the place, you have no idea what's going to come out. So try and buy into companies that make sense, companies that are stable, companies that are growing in earning power. Next, don't invest in long shots. The company's on the verge of bankruptcy, don't touch that. Companies declining revenues for more than, let's say, 2 years, don't touch that. Reversion to the mean works if you're looking at, let's say, at 1,000 stocks, and over time that works really, really nicely. If you're picking out individual investments, that's not going to work out too nicely. So buy into businesses that are reasonable quality, buy into businesses that have stability to them, buy into businesses that have something that is compelling enough so that they're slightly growing each quarter. You don't want to buy into a business that is absolutely flat and they're just running to survive, because that's, when things turn sour, as they do to everything in life, at some point you're going to end up with a bad situation in your hands. So it's all about the preparation. Don't go into long shots, because long shots become no shots. So that aside, once you found a business that is reasonable, high quality, quite stable, try and think like a business owner before you make that purchase. Okay, think, is this the type of business that I want to be owning for the next, let's say, year or two? Though a year or two sounds very short when you say it, going through a period of holding a business at a loss for more than a year is really, really painful. So think about this before you make the purchase. Don't just go because the stock sounds cool and everyone else is talking about it. Those are typically investments that are not worthwhile investing in. So go into businesses that people are not really that passionate about right now. Peter Lynch says, if people are yawning about the stock, that normally means it's a good business to make an investment in. So don't go into whatever the crowd is investing into right now. Okay, so you want to think like a business owner. When you buy a bit of the stock, think, okay, I'm gonna be, let's say, I don't know, CrowdStrike or whatever, like whatever the business is, Apple or whatever. I want to own this business for hell and high water, not because I'm just looking to trade in and out. That's not going to help you very much, because that's really putting your emotions at the forefront of your investment strategy, and that will not work out too favorably. So try and think like the owner of the business. You wouldn't sell out of your house just because the house next door is selling for 20% more expensively, and you think that you can capitalize on the 20%, because that's not really worthwhile. You're trying to think like, okay, I want to own this business for a period of time. Okay, next, so the company misses the earnings, okay, and the guidance looks horrible, okay. The stock is down 25% on the day, bang. Now, don't sell into bad news. That's just really bad practice, okay. If the stock is already taking the 25% discount, I mean, you're already down. You already own that business at a discount. So you would probably be in a normal scenario. If you came up and you looked at that business that you had held the night before and you saw it at 25% discount, you wouldn't say, oh, that's the worst investment right now. So try not to sell into bad news. Do not play the hero. Doesn't mean that you have to go on the day that the stock is down 25% and you just throw good money after bad money. Take a step back, breathe, and reassess. And the thing you may have been in a position to, you may say, okay, I thought X and the business actually performing worse than I thought, but ultimately I don't want to throw more capital after this. I'm just going to be patient, and possibly, more likely than not, if I've done the preparation before I made the purchase, I may be able to sell at break even or something like that in a year's time or whatever. Just don't sell into bad news, because all the emotions are running wild right now. So that doesn't necessarily mean you need to double down on your investment. Just take a pause. Whenever the share price goes up a lot or down a lot, that is not a reason to act. Just everyone feels that, oh, the share price is moving, I've got to do something. Everyone is talking about I've got to do something. No. Being able to be mature enough and say, the share price is moving, that is not a reason for me to act. I am the owner of this business, as I said, let's say Amazon or whatever, and I own this business, and I don't care if the share price is taking the hit, and I'm just going to be holding on. And you never know, in like 6 months, investment sentiment may have returned, and it may return to a higher price than actually you thought it was going to be at. So don't react. That's what I was going to say. Just be very patient and look through it, okay? Try and see, how things look, because at that moment in time, when everyone else is selling and everyone else is hitting the panic button, you're just selling into the moment of fear. That's not typically good practice. You want to buy into a moment of fear, but just because the stock is down and you own it doesn't mean you have to throw more capital after your investment. Sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing. As Buffett often says, some things can't be rushed. You can't make a baby in a month by making 9 women pregnant. So some things just take time, okay? So, and when sentiment returns, it often returns very, very quickly. So you never know, things can turn around quite quickly. Like say 6-9 months, you can be laughing, smiling about this investment again. So as always, I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget, you can always check out my marketplace on Deep Value Returns. Find out the stocks I own and why. And I'm not really going to replace you as an investor, but it can be a source of ideas. Sometimes you haven't got the time or the inclination to find compelling investments, or you just want the sense of community. I've got a value investment community in my marketplace, and we just kind of bat ideas off each other and help each other out. And sometimes that's all you want. You just want the sense of value investment community. So come over, check out my marketplace on Deep Value Returns. You're welcome to do a totally free trial to see if it suits you. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe anytime before 14 days, and you're not going to get charged anything. And if you do like it, you stick around. Okay? See you soon.